Distribution provided by Cloud Sigma, the cloud that adapts to you. Visit cloudsigma.com/thisweekend for a free $200 credit.
Today on the program, an app that helps you have more discipline in your life to reach your goals. You're going to find it very interesting. It's called Everest, and the founder's with us. He's got an all-star list of angel investors. We're going to hear how he got those angel investors and how he's made what is one of the more beautiful apps I've seen in recent history. Stick with us. It's going to be a great episode. Hey everybody, it's Jason Calacanis. This is This Week in Startups, and it's our Startup of the Week edition. Thanks for joining us. And if you're wondering, hey, what is this show about? Let me just take a little sip of water here. These are really high-end microphones here, so if I drink water, you're actually going to hear like every sip. Listen. Yes. That's got to be very weird for somebody who's in a treadmill right now, or a pre-core. That's what I hear from a lot of people. They watch the show when they're, or listen to the show when they're in their car, or they're on the pre-core machine or on the treadmill, which is what I do too. No, I don't listen to my show. That'd be weird. I don't actually listen to the show. Very rarely do I do that. But I do listen to a lot of other podcasts. And this podcast, this show, is This Week in Startups. And so if it's your first time listening, what do you think the show is about? Startups, entrepreneurship, putting a dent in the universe, trying to make something awesome that consumers love, trying to find product market fit, trying to find founder product fit, trying to scale both yourself and your product and make something that's worthy of the consumers out there. And, we couldn't do this episode, this special series, which is the Startup of the Week, which is when we try to find startups that are new, emerging, fresh, ones that you maybe didn't heard of. Maybe we introduce you to something. Hopefully you like that. And this is all thanks to my friend Scott Walker at the Walker Corporate Law Group. He is a boutique law firm, or it is a boutique law firm. Scott works or founded the boutique law firm, Walker Corporate Law. And he's got tons of lawyers who've got 10 or 20 years experience at some of those big firms, but he's got a boutique firm. What does that mean? No junior associates handling your projects, getting on-the-job training, which you do see at some other firms. And Scott encourages fixed fees. That's right. He believes that billable hours actually reward inefficiency. What he likes to do is tell you what you're going to pay and then not surprise you with some crazy bill. And just everybody grows and learns together. And gets this work done, the hard legal work that startups take. And boy, let me tell you something. Every month you get that bill as a startup and you're just like, oh my God, I'm going to open that PDF. And you have that PDF moment when your lawyer's accounting department sends you the bill. And it's terror. You don't know if it's going to be a $500 a month or a $5,000 a month. Well, with Walker Corporate Law, you're going to know. And he's a great guy for doing that. And he's a big sponsor of the show for a long time, and I know him, and I know a lot of people who've worked with him, and he gets high marks from everybody. Scott Walker can be reached directly, 310-288-6667. 310, that's the Los Angeles area code, 288-6667. 310-288-6667. Give Scott a call. Tell him your Uncle Jason sent you. Today on the program, Everest. Go to pull on my laptop screen there, Brandis, and you'll see it. I saw this product a couple of months ago, I think, and I was like, this is interesting. It's like one of those apps that you think, I should have made that app. Like, I had that idea. I did have that idea. And everybody has this idea. It's pretty obvious that you want to use this supercomputer in your pocket to help you get things done and make a better life. And that's exactly what Everest does. And with me is the founder of Everest, Francis Pedraza. Did I get it right? Pedraza?
You got it right.
Awesome. Sometimes I have a hard time with pronunciation.
You're natural,
Welcome
Jason.
to the program.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
So tell me, what is Everest, and when did you come up with the idea, and how's it going?
Sure. So the problem we're trying to solve with Everest is pretty universal, but it's something that we felt that we had in our personal lives, which is that we had so many things that we wanted to do. We had goals and aspirations and hopes and dreams for our lives, places we wanted to visit, skills we wanted to master, adventures we wanted to go on, goals we wanted to accomplish. And we felt like we weren't doing it. We weren't living the life of our dreams. And the question is why? Why don't people do the things that they want to do in life? And we thought about it, and we felt that there were three basic reasons. The first is that people lack organization. Most people don't write down their goals. And if they did, they wouldn't have a process to break those goals down into steps and to fit those steps in their busy lifestyle. And secondly, most people lack support. Most people don't know the aspirations of even their 10 closest friends, much less the rest of their network. So they can't receive encouragement, they can't be held accountable, they can't do things together, they can't be inspired to do things. And then thirdly, people lack inspiration. When you're trying and failing to make something happen on your own, it's easy to give up. But when you see other people just like you who are making it happen, it's hard to give up. You have the energy to keep going. So
that's the social aspect to it.
That's
people
right. Knowing
your dreams, knowing your goals, in some way helps you get there, is what you're saying? Is there some science that backs that up?
Yes. So there's a lot of research that's been done on goal achievement, and so I think that the proof is in the pudding, Jason. If you use Everest for a week, you'll see that it's amazing. When somebody copies one of my steps or copies one of my dreams, I feel like I inspired someone to do something in their life. When I receive a comment and somebody's suggesting something that I should do or encouraging me, it's really motivating. When I create a dream on Everest and it's public, it's out there, and so I feel a sense of I feel like I've just tied my identity to something I want to do, and
so here I can go into the app. Let's do a quick walkthrough of the app here. So I click on the plus button. I click that I'm going to start a new dream.
Right.
That's like
what's something you want to do, Jason?
That's a good question. God, see, I have to be careful to write this because as the CEO of the company, if I write like not come to work every day, it's going to really freak my employees out. I want to quit and just stay home with my daughter.
That's why we have private dreams on Everest.
40 people who I'm, paying here. So hold on a second. I dream to, let's say I want to look like Daniel Craig. Look like Dan. Oh, wait, you already did that. So
yeah, it was. I want to look like Daniel Craig in a baby specifically.
I want to host a talk show not about technology.
That's awesome.
Which is true. I would like to do that someday. That's something I'd like to do. By when? Someday.
By when? Someday. Great.
Someday. No, I should say maybe 3 years. That sounds good. In 2016.
Sounds good. Cool.
And dream.
It's a professional dream.
Yeah, it's definitely
it could also be a creative dream for you.
That. Okay.
Yep.
And I make it public, boom, or private. Boom. Okay, and then I save it. There it is. Boom. And I could set the cover image.
Yep, you can set the cover image, or if there's a keyword in that, and I don't necessarily think that there's going to be something in our library that relates to talk shows. But if you had a dream about tennis,
that's a weird image. But I could upload one, so I could go find one of Charlie Rose and upload that.
Exactly.
Now what do I do? Okay, so now I put it in there.
You say why you want to do it, and I think you just said it. Why is this something you want to do, Jason? Why do you want to host a talk show not about startups?
Because it would be fun, interesting, and I would get flow from it. How's that for positive psychology?
That is great. I love it.
You understand flow, right? Are you one of those positive psychology guys, Francis? Is that it? You like one of those like happiness nerds?
I don't know what that means, Jason. What do you mean by that?
What I'm talking about? Those people who are obsessed with like optimizing their life experience and their happiness, and that kind of thing.
You know what motivates me, Jason? I'm really motivated to just live my life to the fullest, and there's really not I don't go to those quantified self meetups. Though I think that community is awesome, but I'm not what you'd call a happiness nerd or guru.
Right.
I'm just driven by something I think everyone's driven by, which is like there's all these things I want to do and I want to make them happen.
All right, so here I've made this. So I put in why it's good, and I like that answer, by the way. Yep. So I started my dream. Now what?
So now you got to add some steps. So if you scroll up,
I see. Add a step.
Add a step. So what's something?
God, what would be? Well, I already host a show. I've done all these steps. Get a co-host like Robin Quivers.
Nice.
From Howard Stern. You need to have that, right? You need to have somebody read the news. So I would need a co-host.
You need a co-host. You need a sponsor. You just mentioned your friend Scott Walker.
That's right.
So you can start to add these steps, and when you add the steps, you can decide whether go to the add step menu again. You can swipe a step to complete it, as it says.
Oh, cool.
If you go back to the add step menu.
Yep.
Hit the add button at the bottom.
Got it. Okay.
The big
Add a step.
yellow plus button. Yep. You'll see that there's options for when you want to do it. So you can make a step repeat. For example, if this is an athletics or a fitness stream, you could say I want to go to the gym, and I want to go to the gym every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So tap that repeating button.
Right. I could do like practice a monologue.
Right. Sure.
And I could hit repeat. And I want to repeat that every week. So every week I'm going to do on Saturday, I'm going to do my...
right, and you can tap Saturday.
Yeah,
Boom.
There you go. I'm going to do Wednesday and Saturday. And remind me, done.
Right, and you could pick the start date. You could set it for this Saturday.
Oh, God, this is so clever, dude.
Thanks.
It's really well done.
Glad you like it.
What's your background? Are you a UI designer, UX guy, or designer?
No, Victor, one of my co-founders, is our designer, and he leads our product team. So I actually studied history in school.
All right, so I don't want to run out of time on you, but here I can explore and find other people doing stuff. Is that the idea?
Yeah, and you can also capture moments as well. So the idea is when you've worked on, if you browse through some of my other dreams, if you look at, for example, my dream to become an amazing chef.
No, screw that. I want to look at your dream to be like Daniel Craig, because that seems ridiculous.
So I want to look like Daniel Craig in a bathing suit.
How's that working for you? My wife wants me to take that challenge. That's my wife.
Want me to...
Can my wife give me that dream?
I don't know if it'd be appropriate for me to take off my shirt so you can see my progress right now on the show.
I think that there's probably some people who watch the show who would actually like to see you take your shirt off. I wouldn't have you do that. But how is it going?
It's going really well. I've been going on runs pretty regularly. And
that 6 mile run, 5.6, rock climbing. Yep. Do 20 push-ups
rock climbing
with the team.
Tonight, actually. We built a culture here in the office of doing push-ups on a regular basis. Whenever I do a boot camp session or go on a run, I'll capture a moment. So you see that you form this journey of all the things that have gone into making your dream happen. And if you go to the top, you see the steps that I'm planning to do. So it's a great way to track and plan your steps and to capture the journey in a beautiful way.
I have to say, this is so well done.
The nice thing is that every goal has the same basic structure, no matter what it is. So, one of my other dreams is to become an amazing chef. And if you see all the things that I've done, all the meals that I've cooked, all the recipes I've followed, so you just checked out one of the challenges I accepted for that goal. Oh,
and so these challenges come from who? Your friends, or?
No, they come from brands. So we're working with really iconic brands like Quicksilver, Charity Water, and others, Airbnb for travel, and we're working on partnerships with others, and even some historical figures like Julia Child. So that's a step-by-step guide from Julia Child to cook a dish from various different cultures, and if you complete it, you complete it, we send you an email saying congratulations, way to go. And
so that is the business model. We just stumbled on the business model.
That is what you might call version 1 of the business model. We think of our business this way. If Facebook built a social network that defined people by who they know, we're trying to build an action network that defines people by what they do and what they want to do in the future. And we're going to give those people the tools and community they need to do the things they want to do in the future. And if you know all the things that people want to do in the future, that's very valuable. You can very naturally, as part of the product, connect them with products and services that relate to that, as well as useful content and other things. So, in the future, we'd like to create an experience like this. Let's say you've got a dream to run your first marathon and you don't know what steps to take. Can Nike suggest a step and say, hey, do you want to go on a run this week? And here are 3 times on your calendar that look like you're available. Just pick one and we're going to remind you. And here are some other Everest users who live near you who also have running dreams. And then, when you're done, way to go. You just ran 3.5 miles and took the first step on this dream to run your first marathon. Here's $10. We're going to put it in your passbook for you to spend at a Nike store, and you've just unlocked your first challenge to run every week this month. And here are our suggested steps. Here's our suggested gear. Here's our suggested diet, tap this button and Whole Foods will ship it to your door. To create an immersive experience like that, we think would be really valuable. If you could, you would turn off all the ads on Facebook because it's sort of detractive to the user experience, but we want to create something that actually adds and improves the user experience.
Now, you have an interesting story here. Well, number one, also, I looked at your dream of raising money, and I see you closed Bono for $125K. Was I not supposed to pull that up?
No, you're not supposed to pull that up.
Well, congratulations. How did you get Bono as an investor? Too late. Oops.
So there's private dreams for a reason, Jason.
Wow, so this is a great moment.
Maybe I shouldn't give you my demo account as my personal account. I will say that in general, the process for investors is the same for everyone. We reach out to people that we believe will be strategic and who will understand our vision, and we talk to them about what we're trying to build. And
so you just email Bono at Gmail, and you're like, hey, Bono at gmail.com. Here you go. Okay, so moving on, there's a really good story about how you met Peter Thiel, who was the angel investor in Everest. Is that correct? Let's hear it.
Yes. So Peter was actually the first check. He committed to investing last New Year's. And I came to Silicon Valley right after graduating from Cornell. And I didn't know anyone. So I spent about 6 months meeting people. And I was able to find my co-founders, Victor and Catherine, through that, and to build a great board of advisors, including Peter Diamandis from the X Prize Foundation and Dave Blakely at IDEO and some others. And we were trying to raise money. I was going home to San Diego, where I grew up, for Thanksgiving. And I was reviewing Victor's latest designs at the airport, and the flight was late. And somebody was looking over my shoulder and at the designs and started asking me questions about it. I started talking to him and sharing what we're doing, and
but that was that excited. Peter Thiel, or
it was not Peter. It was one of Peter's friends. So he introduced me to Peter, and about a week later, I was having I was at his house for a dinner. So we met at that point, and he said, "Hey, look, send me." I told him what we were doing. I think he understood like the potential, and he wanted us to send over something, and so we did. Right after Christmas, I sent over a 50-page business plan and our investor deck, and then on New Year's, he said, "Okay, I'm in."
I love it. What a great story! And so the takeaway from that is, hang out in airports in Silicon Valley with your mock-ups. And then just wait for somebody to eavesdrop and look over your shoulder. Right now, there are 20 people who want to get into Y Combinator right now, running to the San Jose airport with huge decks, like huge board, like just huge tabloid-size mock-ups. It is such a good idea. You should have, like, literally, if you're an entrepreneur, go to University Avenue. This is such a great idea. My God, just go to University and go to any lunch or cafe and just have a pen and be with a red pen, be writing on beautiful, gorgeous mock-ups and wait for people to look over your shoulder.
Yeah, I suppose that's one takeaway. I think the real takeaway is, never take anyone for granted. I mean, literally anyone you talk to knows someone who could help you. And if you give it your all in every conversation, and you don't look at some people as important and some people as not important, it's amazing how that impacts people and makes them want to help you.
That's really well said, Francis. I agree. Like, you never know. Like, somebody could seem like, yeah, this is like a weird person or just not really a baller person, and all of a sudden they're like, yeah, well, I know Mark Cuban, or I know Peter Thiel, or I know Elon Musk. Yeah, it does happen. It does happen, and it happens frequently. And so you've had the app out since December. What's the activity like in an app like this? I mean, nobody's really seen anything like this before, so it's kind of new. How do you get over that, like, I have no idea what I'm supposed to do feeling of something that's groundbreaking?
Right. It's a great question. We think about our milestones like this. Like for the next period of time, we're focused primarily on understanding our conversion funnel. So what percentage of people who download it create an account, what percentage of them create a dream and complete a step within 48 hours, 7 days later, what percentage of them have at least 3 dreams and at least 5 pieces of content, because by that point they understand, okay, I get it. This app fits into my life this way. And then from that base of retained users, we look at so once we've activated people, we look at engagement. So are people taking a step every day? That's the number one thing we really want to drive. If people are taking at least one step every day towards their goals and dreams, then that's a big win for us.
It's got to be kind of demoralizing, though, when you get like 10,000 downloads in a day and you only see like 5 people from that cohort using it a week later. How do you get through that kind of like...
It's not demoralizing at all. It is not demoralizing to work at this company, Jason.
No. I'm not talking about working at the company being demoralizing. I'm talking about sometimes those conversion funnels when you're starting are meager.
They're pretty steep, yeah.
The drop-off is colossal.
The drop-off's not colossal,
really?
Actually.
No,
there is
between
drop-off.
a download and still using the app 30 days later, don't so many people try apps? You get like a lot of drive-by trying of apps?
There is. But for the people who it works for, you look at some of our power users. If you go through the Explore tab there are people with 30, 40, 50, 60 dreams. I saw a user the other day with 300 dreams. And on some of those dreams, they've taken 50, 60, 70 steps. It's amazing.
Wow.
We, a while ago, we crossed our 500,000th step, and that was a big moment. Like 500,000 steps have been added. And so there are moments like that when you look at the numbers, and obviously as a strong product team, you're diving deep and you're looking at the points of resistance, and you're trying to remove friction and make it simpler and add features. And there's a lot of work, no doubt. But at the end of the day, if it's making people's lives better, it's very easy to stay motivated.
Yeah, that's a great answer. So in other words, when you're looking at that funnel, maybe not pay as much attention to who didn't continue, but the people who did continue, how were they enjoying the product? And maybe you can learn something there, correct?
There's stories there. I mean, this one user named Ryan. I've been following his journey to study abroad in Milan, and he didn't think he could do it because he had to raise scholarship dollars. He had to get approved, and he's made it happen, and he's going. And so when you look at people's stories, and I think Everest is an incredible storytelling platform. If you compare it to either Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, none of those platforms put all the things that you do towards one goal or objective into a context. Let's say, for example, you went scuba diving. You put that on your Facebook feed, and it's gone in 2 days, and it's in an album somewhere. But on Everest, it's a 3-month journey of all the things that you did to go scuba diving, and all the steps you took, and all the moments you had, and overcoming your fear of sharks, and getting your certification, and going to Mexico and doing it. And so the stories that are happening on this app are just so vivid and real, and I don't need to tell you about them. You can just go to the Explore tab.
Well, it's really interesting. Yeah, I'm seeing people who want to write 10,000 hours. I see somebody who wants to have a visible six-pack. It really runs the gamut when you look through it. People just wanting to drink more water. People wanting to take, their vitamins. I mean, it's
right.
Journal 3 gratitude moments. That's a great one. Is that one that like you guys have in the challenges, the gratitude exercise?
I don't remember if we have a gratitude exercise in the challenges.
That's a big happiness thing. Learned happiness and stuff like that. Authentic happiness. Yeah. So listen, this is fantastic. I wish you really great success with it. What do you have to do, to be successful? I mean, we're talking about challenges here. Your challenge in building Everest, how do you define success 3, 4, 5 years from now? What will Everest look like if you've succeeded and your team has succeeded?
There's really one metric that matters. It's number of dreams accomplished. So at the end of all the funnels, it's, there's, you look at the number of dreams created, number of steps created, number of moments added, all this stuff. The end of it is like how many people actually accomplish these goals. And I think that, and I think that every single person on the planet has goals and dreams. We're only on the iPhone right now. We're only launched in the U.S. and Canada, but eventually we'll be on every platform, and we're going to be in every country. And it'll take a while, but if I can get everyone on the planet to achieve a goal in their life, and even beyond that, if I can get everyone to focus, orient their life around their goals and dreams, that'll be incredible. And
it is a different way to look at the world, isn't it?
Yeah, totally different. And as you see when you look at my account, my professional dreams are all private, but they're there, and they're right there with my creative dreams and my adventure dreams and my travel dreams, and it puts things into context. I think of it this way. Over the last 10 years, we've seen this multi-billion-dollar software industry emerge to give us really sophisticated to-do list applications and shared calendars and project management systems, all this stuff to help us with our professional goals. And it's working. Like, we're becoming more and more efficient every day. But when you leave the office, none of it works for the rest of your life, and you don't have the support structure you have at the corporation, where everyone's holding you accountable and encouraging you and collaborating with you. You don't have that in the rest of your life. So
I really love this. When I just clicked on challenges, and I see Charles Duhigg's got the Power of Habit book, which is a great audio book if you want to listen to it on Audible. Not a sponsor of the program currently, but has in the past. But it's a great book, and you got this author. I'm assuming you got the author, because it says he challenges you to break a bad habit, and to do this challenge, you have to watch his. The steps include watching his video, and I'm assuming it doesn't say here though you have to buy his book.
No, we didn't push for that.
But the last one here is recommended. Oh no, bonus. Read The Power of Habit. Right. So
it's a bonus step.
Yeah, that's really clever. So now the concept is he's probably not paying right now, or is he?
No. We reached out to him because we loved his book and felt like other people would as well, and so we were just focused on creating. We're currently focused on creating a great user experience, not on monetizing the app. But we did want to have a challenge from him.
Wow, this one's awesome. Look, I can spiritual. I can truly forgive somebody, and I'm like. That's not my thing. Like, I'm not a forgiveness kind of guy. If I get screwed over, like, forget it. I hold the grudge forever. But I see, recognize that the path of revenge and resentment will not bring healing or justice. I don't know if I can get behind this challenge. I may not be up for this challenge.
Why?
I kind of like feel like if somebody does do you wrong, you really have to like hold that grudge forever.
So let me ask you a question about that, Jason.
Yes.
You're letting them win when you're angry because they're having power over you.
Do they have power over me? I'm choosing to not forgive them.
Yeah, but they're making. Does being angry make your life better or worse?
Well, I'm not angry about it. I'm just. I don't forget, right? Like, so it's not like I'm sitting around like, oh my God, I'm still so angry about this. I'm just saying, I'm not going to forgive the person for stealing from me.
So a lot of what forgiveness is about is letting go. It doesn't mean that you acknowledge that what they did is good or that you're endorsing it. It just means that you're not letting them have any power over you anymore.
Oh man!
And
I may have to take. All right, I'm going to take the challenge. I'm pressing the plus button. You convinced me, Francis. I'm taking the challenge. I'm going to start a new dream of forgiving Mike Arrington for stealing the conference from me. It actually now it's like it doesn't actually matter. You know, the interesting thing is the launch conference is so successful. I don't even care anymore. That's the only person I wouldn't forgive right now.
Success is the best kind of revenge because it's not personal. It's like.
I agree. My God, that was breaking up with Mike Arrington in the TechCrunch 50 and having the launch conference and owning that as opposed to being partners with him is the best outcome that could have happened to me. It was a gift that Mike Arrington stole the conference from me.
You should thank him. Send him a gift.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you for stealing the conference from me and letting me have 100% ownership of Launch. Wow, this has been an amazing, amazing episode. Francis, what a great product. I'm really impressed by it. And the design, your partner, who is the designer, is extraordinary. I'm like a real design junkie these days. And I have to say, you know, beautiful app, incredible UX. I didn't even need you to explain it to me. I went right through it. Immediately found out Bono was investing in your company. God, I'm sorry about that. I didn't know there were private challenges. You have to tell me this, Francis. You gave them the password for my iPad here. I just took a challenge in here to, I just took the challenge of cross-dressing for you. Is that okay? You're up for the challenge of cross-dressing? Step one, you have to get a thong.
To cross-dress on my account.
I took the challenge of cross-dressing. You have to get a thong, and you have to find a summer dress. Is that okay?
That is not okay. I'm not going to complete this.
I just made that up. This is a great product.
So, Jason, if you like it so much, you going to invest?
I had a concern about this space because I had been doing some app stuff in the educational space and looking at it, and I felt like when I saw what's the one that Twitter was doing, the Twitter founders were doing.
Oh, Lyft.
Lyft. I looked at Lyft and I played with Lyft. I didn't look at it as an investment. I just looked at the product and I was like, it didn't feel as tight as yours feels. So I was like, I kind of don't know if people clicking to join a pack of people to drink more water is going to be that relevant. But I really like what you've done with suggesting challenges and having them matched up with other people who have efficacy already, if that makes sense, or who already have some credibility in the space. So when I saw the Power of Habit one, that's actually when it clicked for me. I might be interested in investing. We should take it offline. But yeah,
cool. Let's do it.
What I'm going to do is actually, I'm going to sign up for it and play with it because I think that you have. I think execution matters. When I look at this stuff,
yes, it does. Everybody
had this idea. I don't think that you have a novel idea. I think you have the best execution of a common idea. Everybody had this idea. I heard so many times people say to me, I'm going to make something that makes your habits. And there was the push-up challenge and there was the Nike Plus and everybody's trying to do this idea of compliance with metrics and social. I've just never seen anybody execute it as well as you. And that's when, as an angel investor, you want to sort of write the check. It's not just the idea, it's the execution. You have superior execution. I mean, to be totally honest, and that's the lesson for all entrepreneurs listening, is anybody, how many people are competing with you right now in this space that you know of? Dozens.
We're the only people doing what we're doing the way we're doing it.
I love that entrepreneurial answer. It's like all the caveats. We're the only people doing exactly what we're doing, exactly the way we're doing it. But the truth is, in the quantified self space, there are hundreds of people trying to do apps that improve your life, like the push-up challenge, which is a subset of what you're doing, or Lyft, right? But you've executed so well.
Thank you. I can't wait to show you what's around the corner.
What's that?
I can't wait to show you what's around the corner. We'll do that.
Oh, yeah,
offline.
Absolutely. Yeah, send me the mock-ups. I'm good. All right, listen, this has been an amazing episode. Thank you, Francis. Everybody check out, where is the URL here? What's your URL? Oh, your Everest.
Everest.com.
If you have Everest.com. 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 If you are listening to my voice, you must go to the App Store and download it right now. Available for iOS. Android coming?
Android is coming eventually after an institutional venture round. It's really hard to develop for multiple versions of an operating system and 80 devices. So we're focusing on making the experience really great on the iPhone first.
Yeah, I think that's a smart idea. Make it work on the high-end platform when you finally figure out all the things. Why should you be writing code for 4 different operating systems, 3 or 4 operating systems that you don't know if that feature is going to be the one that breaks out?
Exactly.
Such a smart idea. All right, listen, great job. Everybody check out Everest.com. And thank you to my friend Scott Walker at Walker Corporate Law for making this series, the Startup of the Week series, possible. I really do appreciate that, Scott. And we'll see you next time on This Week in Startups.